the ability to catch up with one of our partners, CloudWorks. Aditya, thank you for taking the time. I know it's a hectic schedule as all of us seem to be working longer hours than we were when we were in the office and commuting. You guys have had some great success in the last few months as we've had this pandemic, using RPA with some of your customers to help what's happening in the world. I wanted to dive a little bit into that with you, take some time and talk about those solutions specifically. So first, introduce yourself and give us an idea of what CloudWorks is doing.
Yeah, thanks, Brent. So my name is Aditya Chandan. So I'm a practice director for RPA at CloudWorks. And I'm the part of an organization which is being floated by people who have been working in Big Four, and it's management consulting. So one thing what we have learned from our past lives is that the customer, sometimes they're looking for a solution which is more pragmatic. It doesn't go into hula loops of, do this, do that, and then result. So we focus on result-oriented approaches where client actually get value out of the things, how we are implementing. And that's the principle, right? And based on that, our CEO Jason and CEO Greg, they have laid this, and they've heavily invested in RPA practice. We are only doing UiPath and Oracle. That's the two models we go, which is it's an advantage to us because they both are market leaders and they know what the clients want, right? And it goes with our strategy. Now, coming back to our RPA practice, we have been probably doing it for the last 3 to 4 years now. We have an innovation lab in Canada where we were also funded by Canadian government to do some innovation work, where we have done for tons of industries, including manufacturing, finance, and healthcare is one of our primary objective. And because of the unforeseen circumstances of COVID, it probably has grown. So what we have seen is the demand for RPA is growing in the current scenario, right? There's a normal saying going that what enhanced your digital transformation? The answer is COVID. COVID led to increase your digital transformation, right? And people have been realizing that automation is a solution which is for a long haul. Like it's not a sprint, it's not a fad, which is probably a good one. And lastly, the healthcare industry is probably the one where the next revolution is going to happen in automation. Reason being because we have fantastic doctors, we have fantastic medical professions who shouldn't be spending time on entering data in a system. They should be doing and helping patients. And that's where, automation kicks in. And even before pandemic, we have been working with few of the partners in healthcare where we have been helping them do this mundane task using document understanding and all the other ML tools or OCR tools coming with UiPath to make them successful, right? And the moment when we implemented one of the processes in one of our partners, LifeLab, like the amount of enthusiasm within the organization was huge. Because that being said, right, once you see a bot doing some magical stuff, capturing data from here and taking it to other, and with 100% accuracy, like you see a genuine smile on the people and they say, wow, this is real.
That's interesting because, again, from a healthcare professional, not much more focused on caring with people, not technology. And I think I get the question all the time. We're going to put automations in. How are people going to react? And you're saying they're reacting very positive. They're excited.
I've been implementing it for 4 to 5 years now. I've implemented it across the enterprise. It's strange. Like when we started implementing in healthcare, we thought probably people will be very restrictive to it, right? Oh, somebody's coming to take our jobs, right? That's the bad name we get for the bots. But surprisingly, these people are so happy with the automations wherever we have implemented because see the perspective, because especially the medical profession, they're short of time. They have only maybe a 12-hour shift. if they're spending 2 hours entering a data entry, which a bot can do for them, you can see the wonders, right? And again, I repeat myself, they shouldn't be doing the data entry. They should be going and attending the patients,
Yeah, working
recommending
on the
them.
patients.
Yeah.
And we've seen it, and again, we've gone through a bunch of, we're doing a healthcare series, as you know, you were on the series. We're seeing we don't want to say that the pandemic has accelerated this, which it has, but that transformation digitally in healthcare, the push that we've needed to have for the numbers, the reporting. Is this going to continue? Is it going to continue the transformation if we go through this? Or is it just going to go back to the way it was?
Brent, I think this is probably the start of a long sprint where the digital transformation will be going into healthcare. If you take see the industry going around, banks have been automated, retail, manufacturing, they are being automated. Healthcare has been probably on the border, whether should we do it, should we don't do it. Like it was if we should do the automation, now it is when we can do the automation. It has changed a lot. And seeing the current trends with, reaching out to other partners and also the trend we are seeing all along, I think this is the start of a new era in healthcare, which is long due, which was long due. And the surprising part is that when you go to the healthcare, the moment you put any automation, any partner using UiPath, they put automation, the next immediate question, can we do this also? Right? And I give you a very simple example. When this pandemic hit and in Canada, we wanted to do something, leadership wanted to help, and do their part. I think it took us at least a day to put a bot together, which will take the COVID testing requisition and feed it into any system you want using document understanding. So it took us less than a day to put it there. And it's not only that. So this is generic data entry people are thinking about, but there was another solution which was put to by some gentleman, and it is available on UiPath Go or UiPath Connect, that what it does, it compares the two X-rays and see whether it is pneumonia or not, and it is using artificial intelligence, right? It has been a huge success. So our developer took that, enhanced it, and use it to detect whether it is, related to COVID or not, because the lungs are totally different, right? So enhancing that is, and when we presented and showed it to one of the healthcare, like they were literally blown off. They couldn't imagine that automation or UiPath, you can do this also with it.
Yeah. Like it's opening people's eyes to all kinds of different possibilities. Now, back to your timing, you had said again, a day. I think the other question I get a lot is, I need to do things today. I need to see results, but we're seeing things in days, weeks, not 9 months, 12 months like we used to use old IT products. Talk a little bit about the timing.
Yeah. So what we do is, although, it is a word which is quite commonly thrown around, is called agile type of thing. But what we have seen is, based on our experiences, that the automation in any industry, specifically health, the need is now. So instead of implementing a 6-month scenario, we go into a smaller chunk of 2 to 3 weeks of sprint. 1 week sprint, which is more of you're doing a agile methodology where you're standing up, doing daily interactions, daily stand-ups, and you're doing a weekly meetings, and you're seeing how the automation is going. Because, Brent, what we have seen is that the clients is so involved that the requirement changes during the day. They see the first run of the bot, they say, oh, shoot, can we do this also? So it changes, right? So what we have to do is, sometimes we have to tell the client, go for MVP, most viable product for the time being, start it there, and then enhance it. And that's the key factor of taking it to putting in a smaller chunks, which is more valuable to the client, and then go for a bigger picture. Because you have to phase it out. Otherwise, we go into the same loop of after 6 months, oh, shoot, this is not required. We've already done that.
So you're seeing putting in multiple pieces and continuing to move and grow and expand within the company, and as you prove those points, right? So progressive agile proof
Yeah,
points, really.
yeah. And take example of COVID testing, right? COVID requisition is probably a smaller chunk to be put, but then can we feed it to some other company? Like, can we feed it to another third-party system? Yes, that's an enhancement. Yes, you can do it. And then what it does it gives a confidence to the clients and to the people who are implementing and using it, yes, that this is proven. And the beauty is you are proving and you are evolving. You are improving it together, right? And what you see is that in 6 months or 6 months, you have achieved which you're planning to achieve in 2 years because you're doing a constant improvement on it, right? Yeah. So that's the beauty of it. And UiPath, the way they have evolved during last couple of years is phenomenal, right? You have to be very honest, I've implemented other tools also. And like in my previous life, I have done that. So, and the reason CloudWorks use UiPath, because we did our due diligence that what will be beneficial for our clients in a longer term, right? And if you see, it is that the way UiPath has evolved and it has been coming up to meet these demands, that's phenomenal, right?
Let's talk on that. Again, people say, RPA is a Band-Aid. I hear that once in a while. But
100%.
what you're saying, again, is it's a strategic initiative that's going to be a long-term initiative. Give me the feeling in healthcare on what people are feeling right now, because I know a lot of people want to do it now and they want to fix things, but how are they looking long-term?
So it's a great question to ask, and I won't take a client name, but it's a big healthcare provider in Toronto area, right? They're big hospitals, right? We were talking to a few of the people there who are, at a higher leadership level. They are probably well versed. They brought in a technical lead guy there who has implemented automation in a few other industries. And we were talking to them. I was blown away with the fact that they are talking about a COE concept, right? So if I say that 2 years from now, it was considered as a Band-Aid or a bridge solution to do that. But now, since it is evolving, people are realizing the capabilities of it. I think it is going to be a long haul. And we talk about digital transformation everywhere, right? But digital transformation in health industry is happening now.
Yeah.
It's happening now. And I don't think it will be called a Band-Aid solution 6 months from now. It will be there. It will be probably an enterprise strategy. It will be their, digital strategy. It will be there. And the beauty of RPA automation is that it can touch any other component also. We are implementing Oracle. So we can connect to Oracle and do some AP automation, right? Which could be in any hospitals. AP is the key, right? It is everywhere. Or HR or onboarding, offboarding. These are the things which we have completely implemented, which is also common in healthcare. It's a proven methodology. So people start thinking about, why don't we take it as a broader perspective?
Great point. And let's leave with this last one. Is give me 3 specific areas that you've automated in healthcare. If you could name those off. People always ask, they want give me an exact example, but do you have 2 or 3 that you could say, I automated this process? I know you did something with Life Labs, but do you have a few examples you could mention?
Yeah, so a few of the examples, one of this thing what we have been pretty successful doing is related to the clinical side of it, where you have the reports coming up in different shape and sizes, and you're feeding it to your a system which is your record management, right? That has been one successful. The second area where we have been quite successful is patient registration, right? So you're getting the patient information, you are registering it out and using it for, to enter into the system, or even when the patient leaves, right? You can also check it out. You can send them as emails and everything there. And third very interesting one is managing the appointments. It's very small component which we think of, but if you see in a hospital, if you can manage appointments, the bot can easily send a request based on doctor's availability and give them options to patient to come in. You see how much impact it gives. Like it looks like a small one, but if you see on a larger scale, it is too big.
Yeah, it's huge. That's a huge piece. Right?
Yeah, huge piece. And my answer is that you can have RPA implemented right from the patient is registered and all the way he has moved out. The whole patient registration can be automated.
Yeah.
Along with the clinicals, right?
And now you're back to being taking care of the customers and not about the logistics and the planning and the calendaring.
Yeah, and your your standard ones like AP, HR, all those things, that is already there. That's proven. Hospitals are using that.
Good examples. Thank you very much. Well, we have some other seminars. Aditya, thank you for your time. Thank you for your partnership with CloudWorks, and thank you for helping out in this healthcare pandemic and really helping a lot of these healthcare organizations, get efficient, get things done while all these workers are at home. So I hope you stay safe with your family. Again, thank you for your time, and we'll be talking more about UiPath and automation soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks, Brent. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.